I actually think we found the style by the end of episode 1. That's, that was with John Wells, and we really defined what worked and didn't work on set together. So, this shot following them on the back, and then leading them, and this cuts really well together because it kind of feels like a shot is continuous, but it's not, right? And, really this moment of leaving the character to look what they're looking at and coming back. All of this was really defined on episode 1. It's true, I do think, with some episodes it starts looking different sometimes, slightly, it's still the same style, but I think it also comes from the stories, to be honest. I think the stories were not maybe always as continuous on the scripts, and so you feel a little more sometimes the stop and the cut on some episodes. I actually think episode 3 was one of these, for sure. There's more scenes that are separated and less continuous than on episode 1 and 2. But, I think like in general, because there was many directors on this season. I mean, many. There was 6 total, and they were coming back multiple times for episodes. But they all had to watch episode 1, and that's how we're gonna do it, And so that's why they wanted one solo DP for the season. They wanted to make sure the style would be respected throughout, and so they wanted to make sure there would be a base like this. And they all brought amazing things. The directors. I think they all had ideas that pushed the thing even further, or had something that we hadn't thought about yet, and it still merged into the style, and we just hadn't explored it as much. Sometimes we did more like intense focus racks all the way to the back to change perspective, and that was very interesting. But at the same time, I also had to remind some of them sometimes, well, that doesn't really work in the style we're going for. We should make sure at least we get that as well, in case they want it in the edit, So that's also why I was here, is to make sure the style would be respected throughout, and it feels